Hello and welcome. I'm Angela Palmer from Stamp with Angela, and today I'm going to share this video with you, and I'm going to share with you the Floral Essence suite. So thanks for taking the time to watch. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you're interested in finding out about Stampin' Up products or being a demonstrator, please feel free to contact me and I can send you a catalogue or send you information and things. So let's get started and I'll show you what we're going to be making today. Just going to move my camera around. Just change the view. Alright, so you can see my workspace here. Alright, so these are the cards that I'm going to show you. So we've got here, there are some note cards, and it's featuring the Floral Essence suite. So the main stamps that I'm using is this particular one here, and the leaf as well, and obviously a sentiment. You can use a sentiment of your choice. Alright, so coordinating with the stamp set is a punch. So this is the punch here, looks a little bit like a propeller, but you cut two to make a flower. Also there is a punch that coordinates with the leaf. I don't have it yet, so I've had to fussy cut mine, but there is a leaf punch too. And then the last punch we're going to use is this everyday label punch, which I've used in different ways before as well. So these two cards here feature, this is the Highland Heather, the purple colour with Old Olive. This is Real Red, also with Old Olive. Today I'm going to use one of the new in colours, Rococo Rose, which is a very pretty pink colour. So let's get started. Alright, so I like using the note cards. So you can get a pack of note cards, 20 note cards. They come pre-scored with envelopes, making it nice and easy, and I use these for my coffee and card mornings and things because it's all ready to go. So for my framed piece, it's just a little bit smaller, so it's, I'm trying to remember measurements, 8.5 centimeters across by 12.3, and then often everything is half a centimeter smaller, but this time it's actually a centimeter smaller, so it'll be 7.5 by 11.3 centimeters. All right, now that is just blank. I often would like to emboss or do something to it, so it's very hard not to, and you could easily, if you've got a die cutting or embossing machine, to do some pattern on the back, but because I was doing this like at a coffee and cards kind of event, I don't use my die cutting embossing machine, so I just kept it blank. So let's do our flowers. So this is Rococo Rose, and just making sure my stamp is clean because I used it before. Alright, so the way that the punch works is there are two at the bottom, so I want to stamp it that same way so when it fits in the punch it's nice and easy. So I'm going to stamp it closer to the bottom like this. You can stamp two like this, but then you've got a bit of wastage, so if I turn it around, I can kind of get them a bit closer together. Now this will dry very quickly on this cardstock, so put it in, punch it out. Yeah, I'll have to spin it around for the other side. Right, so that's for my flower. Then on a small piece of Whisper White, I will, actually let's use a smaller piece, do two leaves, so I'm using Old Olive. Now if you did have the punch, then check which way the punch fits, and you'd probably do the same thing, like one here and one there, and then punch it out. However, I don't have the punch, so we have to do what's called fussy cutting. So I'm leaving a little white edge and just using my paper snips. These are nice and sharp, making it easier to cut, and cut it all out. Okay, but for the sake of time in this video, I have two that I prepared earlier. But yeah, it is easy to cut them out, but you do appreciate having a punch. Okay, here we go. Right, so I don't know if you can tell, but these kind of curl up a little bit if you're going to put them together like this, and that is totally fine, but it is fairly flat. So what I like to do is use my bone folder and curl them slightly. So I'm going to face them down and curl them that way, and this just stretches the paper fibers and it gives just a little bit more interest to the flower. And then you're going to put them like that. So I will get my adhesive, put a little dot and then line them up so it goes into the spaces like that. So I'll let that dry and put the rest of my card together. Let's do our sentiment. Just use whatever sentiment you like. This one isn't necessarily current, but it's a nice happy birthday one. So I want a bit of space either side because I want a bit of shape. So the width of this piece is, I think, 3 centimeters, 2.5. Make it fit your sentiment. I'm going to use this punch, which is obviously a lot wider, but I'm using just part of the shape, which you may have seen me do on other videos before. Okay, you can leave it blank, or we can, I keep closing my ink pad, we can sponge it. So sponging it just adds a bit of, defines the edges. Some people love sponging, some people don't. All right, then it's basically time to put a flower together. It's quick and easy. All right, let's move that out of the way for now. So I'm going to crease my note card and put this one down first. I like to use the liquid multi-purpose glue because then I can move it if I need to. A white layer. It's good to have all your pieces ready because then, look, I've got ink on it. Great. We might have to make our arrangement slightly different and do it on the other side this time to hide it. So let's do it like this. So we'll put our sentiment on the top left and our flower on the bottom right this time. But that's fine. These things happen, so we have to make it work. All right. However you like, you can just, obviously these aren't very thick, but we're just going to put a bit of glue, and my main concern is to cover that. So I'm not adhering the whole leaves because they're, you can kind of lift them up, but as long as they're secure to the card, so maybe like that. And I think I'm going to put a dimensional behind my flower to lift that up a little bit. Can't remember if I did originally. No, I did adhere that one flat, but that's okay. All right, so kind of like, that'll do. Okay, and definitely dimensionals for my happy birthday. So sometimes something might happen, like it did for me with the smudge on my card, and you got to make it work. And then you think, actually, oh, I actually quite like it on the right instead of the left. So sometimes you get a smudge, you can cover it up in some way, just make it work. All right, so let's put that there. Not too high up because we don't want too much white space. Maybe like that. Okay, and you may see I need to finish it off. So I'm going to finish it off with the faceted gems. So we've got gold or we've got silver. Which colour? Originally I was going to go, oh, actually not silver, they're clear. So originally go for clear, but actually I think I quite like the gold. Let's go for a biggish one. There we go. Done, just like that. That's an envelope. So you could stamp the envelope in some way if you like as well. So a couple of tips. Curl the petals up because that just makes it, you know, a little bit more dimension and things. I've fussy cut the leaves, but if you've got a punch, it's a bit quicker and things. And my sentiment, just the banner width that you want, That one looks like it's 2.5, that one looks a little bit narrower at 2 centimeters, and I've used the everyday label punch to cut it out and just add a bit of shape at the side. So hopefully that gives you some ideas, and yeah, you can have fun with the stamp set. So just to show you the difference in the card size, so this is a standard card here in the South Pacific, New Zealand, Australia, which is half of an A4, and that's the note card. So it's a little bit smaller, but sometimes you just want to give someone a nice quick little card. Still very nice. I put them in the post and things, and they're fine. So that's just the difference. So thank you for watching. Like I say, if you're interested in any product, please feel free to contact me if you don't have a demonstrator. If you're interested in being a demonstrator as well, feel free to ask. If you've got questions about crafting, please ask, because I'm sure there'll be others that may have questions too. On my blog, on most Thursdays, I try and have a tip of the week, and some of those things come from questions that people have asked. So ask your question, others might have them too. And yeah, I hope this inspires you and you like this card. So thanks for watching. Bye.